On a farm, in a barn, feeling lonely, but I got...
Hello, this is the Fairy Little Podcast. I'm Marsha, also known as Fairy Little, and we are in the middle of Vlogtober, so let's get straight into it. Over the weekend, I went to Rhinebeck, the New York Sheep and Fiber Festival, or Sheep and Wool Festival, and it was amazing. The day before it started, I went to the Needles Up event that was hosted by Chelsea and Sue and of the Legacy Knits podcast, and Andre Sue Knits of the Andre Sue Knits podcast. And I was very excited for this event. It was definitely high on my list because it had two of the vendors that I definitely wanted to purchase from. I've purchased from Andy previously, but I had not purchased from Sue and Chelsea, and I had not purchased from Amy Beth, who is the Fat Squirrel. And those were the two places that I really wanted to get something from at that event. And I met some lovely, lovely podcasters and viewers of the podcast. It was really nice to chat with so many of you. When I came around the corner, I had just had lunch and I came around the corner and there was a group of lovely ladies who were sitting under this awning. And they had been sitting there waiting to say hello to me. So hi, ladies. And they came over and had their picture taken with me. And it was just so nice to come around the corner and see so many people who were so happy to see me. We had our picture taken and then they left. They said they weren't going to Needles Up, but that they were waiting to see me, which was so wonderful. It felt so nice to just be welcomed so nicely. And then I went over to the lineup and there was a VIP line and a regular person line. And I was a regular person, so I got to go in the regular person line, but I hung out with the VIPs for a bit because I'm friends with quite a few of the people who were who'd prepaid. So there was a couple podcasters that I met that I didn't get an opportunity to get a photo with. I was planning on getting photos with them the following day at Rhinebeck, and that just didn't happen. So my advice, if you ever go to an event, don't plan on taking a picture the next day. Just do it right away. But they had some entertainment, which was fabulous for the line, and some really great, there was a bagpiper, which was fantastic. She was wonderful. And so I was waiting in line probably about half an hour. They were limiting how many people went inside, which was awesome. And I will tell you why. When you got inside, because they had limited the amount of people that they let in at a time, if 2 people came out, they let 2 people in. So it was just so nice. There was space to walk around. You could see everything. You could talk to the vendors. You could get in and take a look at different colors. You didn't feel rushed. It just felt really comfortable and lovely. There was a little bit of chatting going on in the middle, but it didn't interfere with anything. It was so wonderful. And because I had come directly from the train, I had my luggage, and Melissa, who is the spicy homemaker, took my suitcase inside for me so that I didn't have to lug it around or wait with it in line or anything, which was awesome. It was so nice that I didn't have to do that, so I just grabbed it when I was in there. So my first stop when I was in there was to go see Sue and Chelsea's booth, which is the Legacy Fiber Arts booth, and their stuff seems to sell online fairly quickly. And also I wanted to buy from vendors who I didn't want to pay shipping from. So I went and I got it's on their Cozy Toes base, which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, and it is in the Edward Scissorhands colorway. And I got 2 skeins of that. And I'm planning on making a tee with it. I haven't decided what kind of tee yet, but like a t-shirt. But that is going to be on the needles for that. I'm really looking forward to it, and that it's got cashmere in it. It makes it so much nicer. So I'm really excited about that. There's 435 yards on each, and each are 100 gram skeins. And this yarn is beautiful. It has like little bits of pink in there and black and gray and the like white there, and is so squishy and beautiful. They do such an amazing job. This is the first yarn of theirs that I've gotten my hands on. And I made a rule for myself because my baggage was limited. I only had one piece of like luggage carry-on, and it was already full to bring. So I had very limited space. So I had 2 rules for what I was going to buy. And the first rule was it had to like give me that beautiful feeling in my gut that that's the yarn for me. And if I was hemming and hawing, then it was a no. It had to be a ooh, I love that. So these were a, ooh, I love that. And so I was thinking 1 skein, 2 skeins, black skeins, blue skeins, I don't know. And so it was between 1 or 2, and I decided on 2, and I made the decision that after that I had to be very particular because this is essentially how much room I had in my suitcase. But I did end up getting a couple other things at different places. I was very controlled. Let's put it that way. So these beauties came home with me, and then I stopped at the Fat Squirrel booth, who is Amy Beth, and I met Sue and Chelsea, and they are so lovely. And we chatted for a few minutes, and Chelsea's such a cute little pregnant lady. I love it. She's adorable. And her husband is so cute with his little mustache. It was very adorable. And Andy, I got to chat with her for a little bit, and I was thinking about buying one of her little wooden, she's got wooden dolls that you make clothes for. But I didn't end up getting one just because I was nervous about extra space and weight. So that might be something that I order in the future, but I purchased stuff from Andy before, so I know I love her things. And then I went and saw Amy Beth, who is the Fat Squirrel, and I looked at her bags, and one I just loved because it looks exactly like my bike. Well, almost exactly. Mine comes down instead of across like that. But it's the same color as the bike that I have, and mine has a basket on the front too, and it's got the autumn leaves. And it is such a well-made bag. It's got this cool zipper pull and her little tag on the end. I don't know the Fat Squirrel. And it's a really nice fabric that's really strong, so your needles won't poke through. And the lining is just a nice, just a cream color. I have some things in here that I had hanging around with me, because this is kind of the bag that I had going everywhere with me. And I just loved it so much, and I got to chat with Amy Beth, and a beautiful viewer came up and she wanted a photo with both of us. And so we took a picture. We both started leaning down, and we were just like, we were totally almost completely squatted by the time the picture was taken, because we just kept going lower and lower. It was so funny.
Yeah,
and
yeah.